microphone. Morning. I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no I just want the microphone. Morning. I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, 'cause everybody's getting so lazy. Don't want nobody touch my
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates,
your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region,
with the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine. I am Denise Dempster.
And I am Candice Jackson. Here's what's making the news in 90 seconds.
Investigations are ongoing into the Zest party which took place on the Bucco Reef Marine Park 2 Sundays ago. ACP William Nurse says police have been going through videos posted on social media attempting to identify persons involved. They also believe that on the night in question, 2 parties took place, one at No Man's Land and the other in the Nylon Pool. When persons are identified, the information will be forwarded to the Director of Public Prosecutions for advice on how to go ahead charging persons. The capital of paradise has been restored and will be back in Tobago soon. The commercial fishing vessel owned by the Tobago House of Assembly was out of commission for the past 4 years. Repair works were completed on the vessel and it will return to Tobago on Tuesday, 29 March, where it will be towed by the Chief Secretary, Farley Augustine, and Secretary of Food, Production, Natural Resources in the Environment and Sustainable Development, Natisha Charles Pontin. The public will also have a chance to tour the vessel on Wednesday. Police have recaptured the 5th prisoner from the Sunday's prison break from the Golden Grove prison in the port of Spain. Videos circulating on social media show the 5th escapee, Anthony C. Posad, being found in the trunk of a car after police stopped the vehicle driven by a lone man. Both men were taken into police custody. Meanwhile, the other 4 men who were recaptured after the prison escape were slapped with more prison time when they appeared before an Arima magistrate yesterday, charged with escaping lawful custody. Details on these and other stories tonight in our newscast at 7:30 p.m.
All right, well, we're going to hope that now that that 5th person has been captured, the investigation can go forth on to what really happened there in Golden Grove and to prevent more possible escapes from prison.
Yes, this is a very unfortunate situation. And some would say it doesn't make any sense because when you escape, when they recapture you, you are definitely facing more prison time that you initially started with. So some would say this was not very a smart move. This was not a well thought through plan, especially thinking that you would go living life, running and not being captured. sooner or later.
Of course. But then moving on to some stuff that's been happening in Tobago. I mean, the news was banging with the fact that, you know, the capital paradise is going to be back here in Tobago soon.
Yes, and a lot of people are excited that this boat was restored and things will start to progress because it has been down for such a long time. So I know the fish industry is very excited about this movement and very excited that things are happening as we move forward in trying to better Tobago and the economy.
Right, and there's been a lot of questions over the past few years as to what really happened with the vessel. We know that there were problems with the management of the vessel and it all fell apart. There was this lack of accountability. There was so many things going wrong, which is why, you know, the vessel had to move from being under that FibCut company towards now being TADCO, which is an amalgamation of several different companies, all of whom have been seeing problems over the past few years and in a bid to hopefully make things better.
Yes, I know there was no post-media executive council yesterday, but I'm hoping that when the Chief Secretary addressed Tobagonians, we would have a little bit more clarity and insight on what really happened and what are the plans going forward to prevent a situation like this happening again. Switching gears, today is World Tuberculosis Day, and the theme for today is Invest to End Tuberculosis, Save Lives. And I know this is a situation where not many persons really understand what is tuberculosis, but this day is geared to bring self-awareness, is geared to educate persons on this situation and to give our insight on what could prevent and what are the steps that could be taken to prevent a disease like this.
And what is interesting is that with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic over the past 2 years, you know, they're seeing that the WHO is reporting that numbers are actually dropping for tuberculosis cases. So some research right now is going about to see what is the correlation between tuberculosis and COVID-19. But in the meantime, of us going into conversations today, like as we hinted before, we're going to be talking about the capital of paradise. So one of the persons that's going to be telling us a little bit more about what's been going on there is the Deputy Chairman of the Tobago Agribusiness Development Company, that's TADCO, Mr. Richard Alfred.
And we'll be also speaking to Junior Kwashi. He's the president of Castara Fishing Association and the vice president of All Tobago Fisher Folk Association. So they will be shedding light in the fishing industry aspect and give us a little insight and perspective on what are their opinions and thoughts about this entire situation. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
I just want a microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Put a
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace, Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it with us at American Stores.
I faked a migraine to skip my in-laws' anniversary.
I call all my girlfriends babe, so I don't mix up their names.
I always pick fights before my boyfriend's birthday, so I don't have to buy him a gift.
Some secrets are too good to keep, like the KFC Secret Recipe Bucket with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $129. Only at KFC.
To Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Joining me on set is Mr. Ricardo Alfred, who is the Deputy Chairman of the TADCO Company with a special oversight over the capital of Paradise, which is back in Tobago, or which will be back in Tobago on Tuesday. Good morning and welcome to you, sir.
Yes, so good morning to Tobago and the viewing public.
Right. So the capital of Paradise has been absent from Tobago, I should say, for the past 4 years. What has been happening over those past 4 years, and what can you tell us about why it was not here?
Right. So, you know, by my profession, I am a marine engineer and I'm also a maritime surveyor. In November, I was asked to do a survey on the vessel, just to ascertain the condition of the vessel, because that was done through the Ministry of Works and Transport, the Maritime Service Division. Upon doing that inspection, I found the vessel to have a lot of, I want to say, defects, in which I was not really satisfied, so I could not really pass that survey. That was in November. After being appointed to this board, I was given the task of dealing with the capital of Paradise, in which a lot of work was done to bring it up to seaworthiness in terms of the electricals, the lighting, some works on the engine and that kind of stuff. So I'm quite satisfied. On last Friday, I did another tour of the vessel, and it was quite satisfactory. We took it out to sea. We went out to in the Gulf of Paria, near the Bocas number 2. Took the engine up to full speed, and yeah, I was quite satisfied with the work that was done, and the vessel had reached all my standards, and that was sent forward. And yes, the vessel will be in Tobago on Tuesday.
So it was in Chaguaramas undergoing repairs?
Well, it was in Chaguaramas prior to the time I got there. Yes, it was undergoing some works ashore in Chaguaramas.
What can you tell us about, you know, what has been happening, or are you privy to that information as to what has been happening before you came on board to do those inspections?
I can only assume that there was some light work doing, but I don't have that information. Unfortunately, I wasn't there during that period, so I can't comment on that.
So what is your role now where the vessel is concerned?
Right, so the vessel is definitely going to come to Tobago. I would like the people of Tobago to see the vessel. That's why it was very important that we have that public day on the 30th. I think once all the Tobagonians or persons of interest can see that vessel in Tobago, it's a win for Tobago in terms of the fishing industry, because I do plan to, well, I have already engaged the ADFA, that's the association, to see if they can get, when we are doing fishing trips, that we can have 1 or 2 fishermen on board in terms of them getting the experience. The aim in mind is that at the end of that, they themselves would want to get bigger vessels so that they can catch fish in a much larger way, to supply a much larger market, not just in Tobago, but I'm thinking internationally.
Okay, so just for a little bit of clarity, so what is your role currently now with the board as the vessel is concerned, and where will it be going?
Right, so I have full oversight of the vessel in terms of the condition and the crewing of that vessel, in terms of finding the right crew and that stuff. Where I see the vessel going, it would definitely go back out on its fishing trips, expeditions. The idea behind it is to generate an income for the company, generate a market for Tobago, with Tobago in mind, and also to grow the fishing industry with the fishermen who come and get their experience there.
What was the state of the management of the vessel when you came in?
Everything was more or less a skeleton crew, meaning that it was just a minimum crew on board, just making sure that nothing is missing, nobody takes kind of thing. Really. It was just a skeleton crew on board.
What were the reactions from those who had been there when you came in? What were some of the things that had been said to you about how the vessel was managed before?
You know, a lot was said. But for me, I'm a person I like to see things firsthand before making judgments on certain things. So a lot was said, but again, for me, I like to make judgments on what I see. So I make judgments based on how performance. I want the public to understand that the vessel has not sailed for 4 years in terms of any serious running hours of the engine. So just keep in mind that, you know, we have to get it going. After the first trip to Tobago, that would be an excellent trip. Everything will be up to hours in terms of the heat, because you must run these engines at idle speed for a while to get all the temperatures and all the components at the right temperature before going full speed. So I'm very hopeful. Based on what I saw, I'm very confident actually that the vessel will be fine, and going forward it can definitely generate some income for the company.
How soon can we see the vessel being put into the water to actually catch some fish?
So after the public viewing,
which is on Wednesday.
Which is on Wednesday, the vessel will return to Trinidad to get some fishing gears, and I would say right after, soon after.
What can you tell us about the costing of this recent repairs, and then the acquiring of these new equipment?
Right, so everything is still ongoing. However, I will provide that information to the relevant our line secretary, and that can be shared from on that side.
Is there a plan in place for when the vessel goes out, begins to go back again, as to whether or not would it be catching fish to export, or would that be put on hold for a little while longer? Because we know that the original purpose of the boat was to be able to get commercial fish so that we could begin exporting and so on.
Right, so the first and foremost vision of TATCO is that it needs to be a profitable company. So we definitely will be catching fish for export. There is a local demand for the bycatch. Bycatch meaning that we want to have anything other than tuna. We will try to treat with the local market with that, where that is concerned. So the vessel will come back to Tobago where we can offload the bycatch, have conversations with the restaurants and different people who showed interest in having this bycatch.
Any specific type of catch as well that the vessel will be catching?
We're looking at tuna.
Looking at tuna for now?
Yes, various types of tuna.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Well, folks, that's about all the time that we have. I want to thank you, Mr. Alfred, so much for coming to speak with us. I know that Tobago is very anxious to hear what's been happening with the vessel. And viewers, don't go anywhere, because Denise will be right back with the Vice President, of the All Tobago Fisher Folk Association, Mr. Junior Kwashi. Stay tuned.
I just want the microphone. Morning. Take the map.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Rest easy at American Stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and Therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American Stores, where we make quality living affordable.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Easy, don't want nobody touch my.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Continuing our conversations about the capital of paradise return, we are here with Mr. Junior Kwashi, and he's the president of Castara Fishing Association and vice president of All Tobago Fisher Folk Association. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So let's get right into it. Now that the capital of paradise is back, what does it mean for the fishing industry?
Well, it will be a boost to the fishing industry once it's properly handled, right? I see the boat coming here will be a great release to Tobagonians, fisher folk who started this process years back, and we welcome it.
How do you see it contributing to the development of commercial fishing?
Well, okay. Once it's a fishing, commercial fishing, you mean that building certain things, right? And we could take that boat, I say we as Tobagonians could take that boat, one boat, and get 3 and 4 boats from it, right? So we could develop and go forward. We forward, like when you fish, you invest and get another boat and another boat and another boat and go forward, and everybody will be happy and more happy and more happy as it goes on.
What would you like to see moving forward happen between TADCO and the fishing industry?
Well, it's simple. TADCO and the All Tobago Fisher Folk work together hands in hand, sit down, discuss, and chart a way forward. Very simple, like for example, I could say the TADCO and the All Tobago Fisher Folk we like to speak to the guys who start this project. One has passed away, unfortunately, but the rest, you know, because some may want to get back on board, right? And we need the experience on board. So if we have to go forward, we have to sit down and talk, round table.
Could you tell us a little bit of history about the boat and what is the, you know, who it was meant for? What is the purpose?
Okay, I remember that thing started in Castara with a bungalow of 6 or 7 little guys, right, who were doing a little farming, planting tomatoes, whatever, and decided to go forward with this project. Say they want to go and fish in the sea, and they take it to the THA, and which is a great idea. It just was handled bad, right? And when it came to pass, the boat on the way down from Canada, captained by Bill and the other guy named Wayne Jack. You know, unfortunately, Jack had a funeral, the Queen passed away on board down. But anyhow, that had passed and gone. And the boat came down here, and fishermen had problems from day one, you know, because to me, they think it was too big for the little boys now, who come from Castara. But Castara have plenty of ideas and great ideas. Tobago have plenty of ideas to give to people, right? And if you start from a liquor man, at least let the liquor man voice be heard, right? So when he came down here, Bacchanal start, and they kick them off a boat. Some of the guys end up and go and start the fish on their own, some not on their own. And a lot of bitter end to it, right? So I'm saying I'm glad to know that at the end of the day, the boat is back in Tobago. But I would like to see unity between TADCO, All Tobago Fisher Folk, and the fishermen to start with who start this project. Sit down and discuss and find a way forward. And moving forward is very simple. Understanding, talking, sit down and discussing things. No one ideas are island to say, well, what I say goes. Everybody could sit down and talk and make it look real nice for Tobago. Because I love to see this progress go forward for us in Tobago.
Other than the issue with the fisher folk, the industry meeting with TADCO, what are other major concerns that you would have?
Well, once the program is properly structured, like TADCO and at first sit down and talk, we have to find the right people for the right place, right? Meaning that, for example, I could say the the managers must be able at some time to relay back to the people who are on the board. The board means, I say board, the boat. Because if you're fishing, you go in the sea and you don't know what's going on, you come like you're lost. Right? And we must have a clean slate, but you can understand, you go to sea, you make $10, 2 going costs, next one go back into this, $3 leave. Hey, how are we sharing the $3? Are we sharing half-half? Are we sharing 2-1? How are we sharing it? So everybody be on the same page going forward. But I said to you, we must sit down and talk. ADFA, the Old Tobago Fisher folk, must be on board with ADCO. Otherwise, this thing I don't see going away. We cannot be no high-handed control over this. We must sit down and talk. ADCO and ADFA, with the fisher folk, things will go smooth.
In the near future, how do you see this move developing Tobago's economy?
Oh, great, man. You can't look for a better word than that. Great must be too small. It will be very, very good. I know I say it to you. Because fishing in Tobago, because I can go further tell you, even we know the export market, how is it like. Right now I could tell you that tuna is Mr. Tuna. Right now, Mr. Tuna right now, as I said to you. Export, once the quality is good, which I know the guys, as I said, the older guys know what is the quality they're looking for. And we train who have to train on board and we bring the right quality, things will be flowing, sweet bread. The whole thing is knowing what you're about and what you're going into and work with it and we get it all done. And again, the end of it is Tobago.
Do you see any plans happening with the increase of other vessels for not just Tobago or Castara, but do you see the increase of other vessels supporting our economy?
Yes. I see. You see, people who want to start, right? Who want to start, and if you see I have a good start going on, you will follow, right? Because I could tell you, we are close in Tobago. I never know we have any as the long liner that what Capital Paradise is, but at the end of the day, Capital Paradise will be an example to follow. Going forward. And as I said, if a mango tree behind properly and take care of mango, you will get mango forever. Even if each season done, you will take a mango and to put away in the freezer and could go down the road. So that boat is a real good. Come to Tobago back. Welcome back, Capital Paradise. I know the fishermen are going to be happy about it. Right? So we have to work together and get the job done very easily. It will be done.
What other plans does the Fisher Folk Association would like to see apart from this Capital of Paradise? What other plans, intentions, growth do you all have apart from the fishing vessel and this idea that could help Tobago's economy and the people of Tobago?
Well, to ADFA, right, we are looking forward to get training for fisher folk. We are looking forward to get like dry fish produce. And again, back to the point, if we have the Capital Paradise here, the guys will take the bycatch and deal with it right here. We don't have to go through another bycatch, right? So that all come into play. Yeah, fish ham. I don't know if I fish ham in your life. Fish ham is better than the pork ham and the chicken ham, and it is real delicious, right? So we could go forward with this Capital Paradise example, and darling, it's a treat to be beer. I know what I say to you. You will enjoy it. We will enjoy it in Tobago.
I see all the excitement on your face. You know, when you give a kid a lollipop, you have excitement, and I'm happy that the fishing industry is actually seeing something. And you said that this was something that some boys sat down and came about, and they went to the Tobago House of Assembly with this idea. So seeing it come into fruition is something to be very proud of.
Yes, very
And
very
I know
proud.
that you are excited and you are looking forward to what is going to happen. next.
Sure.
There you have it, folks. We had it from our very own Mr. Junior Koshi, who has shed light, and as you can see, displayed his excitement about the intention of the Capital of Paradise to return. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Somebody must have touched my soul, 'cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, Cause everybody's getting so lazy. Don't want nobody touch my.
Pot it, pot it, pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it, pot it, pot it with us at American Stores.
Welcome back, folks. Well, Denise here, we had a very interesting conversation about the capital of paradise. I know a lot of Tobago has been looking forward to hearing what's been happening since we had noticed yesterday of the capital of paradise coming back into Tobago on Tuesday.
Yes, and I was definitely marveled when I learned today from Mr. Kwashi that, you know, this was just a simple idea that a group of young men had. And they saw the bigger picture about it and say, hey, let me take it to the authorities. Let me do something about this idea. And we see how a small idea, a small discussion, and I probably thought that, you know, they were just having a conversation. And it turned into something really great. And it speaks to us and tells us not to be discouraged about the ideas that you may have, not to second guess or doubt yourself about the things that you think about, because you never know what could happen or what would be the outcome of those small ideas. So I see that they are very excited. As I said before, it's like giving a kid a lollipop for the first time. And I'm really happy that this is something that is happening for them, because the fishing industry in Tobago has been underlooked for a very long time.
All right, well, and we hope that, you know, things can be sorted and be better and managed better this time around. But folks, that's about all the time that we have for our show this morning. But don't go anywhere, because the morning show is coming up next with Rhea and Julian.
I just want a microphone. Morning. I just want a microphone. Morning. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. This world is getting so cold. I wanna keep running like a soldier. Somebody must have touched my soul, cause there ain't no stopping till it's over. I wanna get up out my chair, cause everybody's getting so.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO, and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
I faked a migraine to skip my in-laws' anniversary.
I call all my girlfriends babe, so I don't mix up their names.
I always pick fights before my boyfriend's birthday, so I don't have to buy him a gift.
Some secrets are too good to keep, like the KFC secret recipe bucket with 9 pieces of chicken and 5 regular sides for $129. Only at KFC.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Morning Tobago. This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. We continue to give God thanks for life. I am Julian Skeet.
And I am Rhea Richardson George, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Trinidad. Good morning, those of you in the Caribbean and viewing us on the live. Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. Julian Skeet, good morning. How are you?
It's a beautiful, beautiful morning, Rhea.
Before we get into things, let's talk about this shirt, please.
Yes, Rhea. After, I always pause for cause.
That's right.
Rhea, the shirt this morning, courtesy Checkpoint, nice combination there. And they wanted particularly to showcase the design. I say, should I put it on with a black blazer? They say, no, if we can do the shirt alone, that will be ideal.
Interesting enough, it's not showing the initial or original color. I'm seeing that it's giving a sort of a slight green onset.
Yes. I suspect that's the Tobago Updates effect.
But it actually is, just for viewers to know, it actually is blue and white, a navy blue and white.
Yes, a nice combination of, blue in terms of the colors and so. We want to remind you, again, thanking our additional sponsor on board here with the Tobago Updates morning show. Remember to Checkpoint, located at Upper Main Street in Scarborough. They cater from boys right up to men. And quite naturally, I want to remind you, it's 639-5148. The contact is 639-5148.
That's right, and you can check out Hair Sanctuary right here at the Port Mall, second floor, and as well Kiana Jones to her perfection for your hairstyle. So if you're looking for wigs, weave, braids, anything hair related, treatment for your hair, moisturizers, check out Hair Sanctuary right here at the Port Mall. So Julian, a lot of interesting things happening overnight, over the weekend. Well, not even over the weekend, sorry. Wednesdays really does throw me off. I felt like I was on the weekend break.
our youth host, Rhea, I know you are excited, Rhea, for the weekend part just after. I'm usually excited when we are heading into the weekend. But that does it. I recall the youth host saying yesterday, Auntie Rhea probably isn't up as yet, Aliyah. But we know that you definitely have that continued support. It just feels like the weekend, not so real.
Yes. So I'm thinking here Thursday morning seems like it's already Friday or Monday. I'm off, really off. Okay, but it's a beautiful Thursday morning.
Nice, really, really beautiful indeed. We continue to give God thanks, most definitely. All right. So as we continue to chat this morning, Rhea, something that stood out to me. I couldn't help but laugh. I saw a scenario, where the Prime Minister, it's comical for some, upsetting for some just in between, they could care less.
Just not taking it in good
spirits. The Prime Minister taking the opportunity at one of his meetings to, what would I say, attempt to imitate, the goodly his goodly colleague in the House of Wade Mark, because, you know, we saw things got a little heated in the Parliament. And, you know, I just paused in awe, but I must admit I did laugh at first. I did laugh at first. And I think this is an appropriate time to touch in on that segment from Youth Wednesdays with Aliyah and Dwayne. Come down from there.
But, you know, that's what they're saying here. According to the young people, somebody, I'm not going to say who, but somebody needs to come down from this. So
yeah, come down from there. That's definitely trouble. Ray, what's going on your end?
Well, a lot of interesting things. I've got two bits of sad news, and the first one being over the weekend, my very good friend from Charlottesville, I mentioned this, I think, on Tuesday morning. She passed away on Monday, and this is Aurora Ned out of Charlottesville, and she's also the grandmother of the Chief Secretary's wife.
Oh.
So this is Mrs. Ned Augustine's grandmother, who unfortunately passed away on Monday morning, which is also the birthday of one of her granddaughters, who's my very good friend. But the interesting thing about Miss Ned is that, you know, she would have watched me on the media over my career in the past, and she always wanted to meet me. And one day I got the opportunity to meet her at her home. It was her birthday just a few years ago. And when she saw me, she said, "Ria, is you?" You know, and I spent the evening with her. We talked, and she laughed, and we had a really good evening.
Yes.
So I want to take the opportunity this morning to send out condolences to the family. A beautiful, beautiful person, and I mean a woman who was really the heart of Charlottesville. You know, as well, Julian. And this one hit me pretty hard. This is my very good friend Petra Peterkin, who passed away suddenly on Tuesday, just after lunch. Petra was like my sister. Her husband was like my brother. We grew up together, you know, in church, and our families were our family is still very closely connected. She has two children. One of them is doing SCA next week. Her eldest is at second form. I think it is at Bishop's High School. First or second form at Bishop's High School. But I want to take the opportunity this morning to extend condolences to the family, the friends. Steve, we can't begin to find the words to express how we feel and how you are probably feeling, but we want you to know that our love is with you, our hearts are with you, and you know, we continue to stand with you with what you're going through. This was one of those things, Julian, that hit hard. It hit your back of your belly, your side.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
so we send our love out to you guys at this time.
Yeah, it couldn't be easy at all. You know, in these times, it's a scenario of more on plenty.
Yeah.
You know, really, when we are already dealing with a very challenged time, so to speak, you know, having to add all of this to it, it couldn't be easy at all under the circumstances. So it's, you know, we continue to send out our condolences to the families. And at this time, you know, we have to really make every effort to support each other, because this is not an easy time for us. You know, the world are wrong. And, you know, if I am to match that against the current position of the Prime Minister as well, and it's the same point that I made, Ria, having attended one or two of the safe zone events myself in Trinidad over the Carnival season, I made the point that I'm really looking out to see the effect in relation to the situation specific at that, to what the impact is going to be like. And interesting enough, the Prime Minister spoke to that in relation to, you know, just about 2 or so weeks following the Carnival season, and he has not so far seen any kind of major outbreak. And, you know, the considerations, therefore, to move in that direction of fully reopening the economy. And we see in our neighboring Grenada, shout-outs and morning to Denica, morning to Eddie out there in Grenada. You know, we see the situation naturally that they come, I think it is the beginning of April. They are prepared to, you know, relax all those conditions in terms of testing. And so when you get to the airport, they need to quarantine and that kind of thing to relax a number of those regulations in terms of moving forward and moving ahead and beginning to live, you know, with
in the midst of.
Correct, in the midst of, and we even had this situation where obviously they will make mask wearing something that is now optional And that's out of Grenada in terms of making masks, wearing something optional.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's a very interesting time ahead. Rhea, I'm sipping on something this morning.
Definitely.
Oh, I ought to be specific when I'm around Rhea. I'm sipping on some tea this morning, Rhea.
That's right. Not the tea so much, but the cups courtesy. Creative Science. Thank you so much, Creative Science. I don't know. The tea tastes, somehow it tastes better in cups created by Creative Science. Yeah, it tastes a whole lot better.
Rhea, that's a very creative touch there that you've put on it.
Most definitely.
But very beautiful indeed, in terms of the prints and so on. And, we really want to thank and to remind those persons. Feel free to connect and to join with us here at the Tobago Updates family. Connect with us, those of you wishing to advertise and to promote. Feel free to join with us via sales@tobagoupdates.com. That's sales@tobagoupdates.com. As well as you can continue to connect with us via phone at 284-6597. That's 284-6597. Where do we have? I think we have a birthday there. I wonder if we're getting that picture up this morning. Wow. I refer to her, some refer to her as Auntie Claudia. All right. And we have here with us former Assemblyman and former Secretary within the Tobago House of Assembly, Mrs. Claudia Groom Duke. We are sending out birthday wishes, birthday greetings, birthday blessings to you today. We trust that you continue to enjoy and to have a great birthday celebration and to live for many more years to come. We have had such, great experiences with Mrs. Groom Duke. She would have been the one very active within the THA time in the division when I now joined. How many years ago when I started to work?
You said how many years ago?
When I started to work at the division, and it was amazing. Her touch wasn't just that of a politician, but that kind of motherly touch, that kind of guidance and
always
support.
Heard it, yes.
Strong advocate for youth development. Yes. In fact, I can remember when I served as the first youth prime minister in Trinidad, out of the National Youth Parliament then. Mrs. Groom Duke, she said I couldn't get arrangements initially. I was in shock to see her in Trinidad at the venue there, lending support to myself and my other colleague representing, in terms of Tobago East and West, Andra Jofield. And, very impressive at her continued support and dedication to young people and in general, social services and moving Tobago forward.
Definitely. So, Julian, very quickly here, tell us who's on the rundown.
All right. Who do we have on the lineup here this morning? All right, Rhea, so we begin this morning's discussion with none other than our son of the soil. And, we had a chat with him a little bit to find out about outside and having returned home to continue to give service. None other than Dr. Nathaniel Duke, Medical Chief of Staff of the Tobago Regional Health Authority. So we look forward to that first conversation in the lineup here this morning.
Definitely, and as we continue on this morning, we will be chatting with Alana Grant and Charlene Jerry. And we're talking about Swift International, and it hails from the East. Great things are coming out of the East, Julian. So it's introducing Swift International to the Tobago populace.
Or as I have branded them when they walked inside, the lovely ladies in yellow and blue. All right. And we wrap this morning, viewers, with Roger Allen, Evangelist Minister, and he's going to be speaking to us about The Time Is Running Out, the series. All right. So we're going to tune in this morning. Exciting rundown, exciting lineup here for you, courtesy the Tobago Updates morning show. I want to thank all of you that continue to join us. Yes, have your tea. For those of you on the road, turn up the volume. Ensure that you're connected to us. Those of you joining us via TV, via radio, via online. Remember to share the live. Share the live, share the live.
I just want the microphone. Take the mask off your face and look at me face to face. Good morning.
Are you looking for that all-in-one shopping experience? Then look no more. Visit Lamb's Best Mart for your grocery items, fruits and vegetables, drinks, home items, stationery, gift items, hampers, shopping gift cards, toiletries, small hardware items, and much more. We provide order and pickup service, even delivery to your door. We are your friendly community supermarket. Check us out today at Lamb's Best Mart, located at 22 Daniel Trace Canby, or visit us on social media at Lamb's Best Mart.
Pot it with American Stores. Enjoy this fantastic, amazing offer. 3 items for one low price. Pot it. Spot it with us at American Stores.
Morning, morning, good morning, morning. Put a smile on your Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers. It's 7:18 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show here, coming to you live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, we are chatting with Dr. Nathaniel Duke, Medical Chief of Staff of the TRHE. Morning, morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
All right. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm energized.
All right. So as we get started this morning, you know, I know the excitement of Rhea offset. Where did you say you're from again, Dr. Duke?
Well, I'm a true Tobagonian. I was born in Goodwood, christened at the Goodwood Methodist Church, and then my parents moved to Plymouth, where I spent my teenage years, and then they subsequently moved to Wim. So I lived in all these areas for many years.
Yeah, I see Rhea's excitement offset. She just stood up to Goodwood and she's saying the East once again. All right. Certainly our son of the soil. So, you know, of course, you are one of those out there that, you know, we're very proud of indeed, having worked here in the Tobago space, gone abroad in terms of that international experience, and back here once again to make your contribution. This morning, we start off the discussions looking specifically at World Tuberculosis Day 2022. And I want to start very basic at that, in giving a sense to persons, what exactly is tuberculosis?
Well, you know, tuberculosis is a member of the family of organisms called bacteria. But it's a specific type of microorganism. It's called mycobacterial tuberculosis. That's a specific name. Now, there are other members in this family, but this specific organism has been responsible. In fact, it's the #1 infectious disease killer worldwide before the pandemic, responsible for approximately 1.5 million deaths annually worldwide. And the amount of newly infected cases worldwide is approximately 10 million. And that's pre-pandemic. So we have these statistics up to 2020. All right?
Very interested in that. Give us a sense in terms of how is it treated?
Well, one, it is transmitted via respiratory droplets. And two, the treatment for tuberculosis is a long and protracted treatment. So the treatment is usually 6 to 9 months. And we normally do 4 drugs for 2 months, then we de-escalate to 2 drugs for an additional 4 months. But it depends on which organ system is affected. So you can have pulmonary tuberculosis, but tuberculosis can also disseminate into other organs of the body, and that will influence the duration of treatment.
All right. So for us, you know, in terms of just bringing it home specific, is it a major challenge here within the Tobago space?
Well, CARFA and WHO have been looking at this. So in the Caribbean, I would say that the Caribbean actually, in terms of the statistics, is 46.2% per 100,000 per capita. That is one of the highest within the Caribbean and Latin American basin. In Trinidad and Tobago, we are looking at 23 per 100,000. In Tobago specifically, when we were highly involved in tuberculosis care, we would get at least 1 or 2 admissions to the hospital every month with active tuberculosis.
Very, very, very interesting at that. As we look broadly, so in this celebration particularly, or highlighting rather, bringing awareness in terms of World Tuberculosis Day 2022, what's some of the general approaches or initiatives that happens on a broader scale,
Right.
you know, within the Caribbean, internationally?
So the strategy which has been set out by WHO is by 2030 to get to zero transmission. So that's a really ambitious strategy. In terms of what is required, one of the biggest things with tuberculosis is 1, diagnosis, and 2, we're looking at adherence to treatment protocols. Because the diagnosis sometimes can elude you depending on the clinical presentation. Most of these patients are going to present with a long-term cough or just weight loss. However, once it's diagnosed, and it has to be diagnosed appropriately by laboratory means, the labs must have the specific technology to diagnose this. And there are only few labs that can do this within the Caribbean basin. Then you look at treatment. Because of how the treatment is intense, unfortunately, there's a high default rate in treatment. And if you default on tuberculosis treatment, then you run the risk of developing multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, which is even worse, or you run the risk of having the organism just disseminate to other parts of the body, or you continue to transmit within the society. So these are the strategic areas that we are looking at throughout the Caribbean in order to stem the spread of tuberculosis.
So specific at that in terms of signs and symptoms. I know you mentioned coughing and any other things. How does one, or is it a case that only when you present with other challenges you may recognize that you are affected?
So we started to see basically an exponential increase in tuberculosis with HIV, all right? And that's worldwide and locally. So tuberculosis will more or less present in individuals who are HIV positive or HIV negative. So the primary symptoms, cough, coughing up blood, coughing and weight loss, right? Or excessive shortness of breath accompanied with weight loss. Once you are having these respiratory symptoms, one must get themselves checked out by the medical authorities to be ruled out. We will normally do the tuberculosis skin test. And a lot of times when we do this skin test in individuals who have no symptoms, it's coming up positive. So it means that they have been exposed to tuberculosis and they don't even know. And that is why when you have one patient who has tested positive for tuberculosis, let's say that they are working in the bank or they're working in the public sector, the healthcare authorities have to get in and test everyone in close proximity, everyone who worked in that area. And you're talking about everyone who came into close contact with that person, which makes the contact tracing sort of very difficult. Yeah.
Very, very, very interested in that. Any other additional information you'd want to share by way of guidance to all our viewers here, whether in Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, or the region, for those and the world at large, those who are tuned in?
Well, one of the major issues with tuberculosis is that it is still a major killer around the world. And one of the major thing that one should do is get themselves screened for tuberculosis, especially if you are working in environments where there's a lot of people and individuals who you have been recognizing that they are coughing. You would really want to get yourself screened. And the screening test is a very simple skin test. And if it turns out to be positive and you do have tuberculosis or latent tuberculosis, that can be treated before you develop active disease. And that is what we want to recognize. Active disease needs to be treated, or silent disease needs to be treated.
All right, excellent. So we want to delve in a little bit more here to your particular area of expertise, Dr. Nathaniel Duke. So tell us, for the benefit of our viewers, as a medical doctor, what's your area of expertise?
So I am double board certified in internal medicine and subspecialized in infectious disease. So that's my area where I mainly deal with emerging and re-emerging infectious diseases. That was my subspecialty skills that I got at the University of Miami.
Excellent. Tell us as well, based on your exposure beyond here, because I know very often I've had this conversation, morning, Dr. Jason Skeet, my cousin out there, you know, and he always speaks about that opportunity where as medical practitioners, you go out and you see things in a different light, better able and better positioned to be able to come back within the Tobago space at some given point. Tell us about how that exposure will particularly lend, you know, based on where you are at now, in terms of returning, making that decision to return here?
Well, one of the biggest advantages of being able to see advanced medicine in practice and participate in it, you actually get to work with what you call the medical gurus. So I was privileged to be a part of teams working with some of the guys who wrote the books, who did the research, who took the medications from stage 1 clinical trials actually into production. So, and it actually exposes you to what we call the mantra of medicine, which is you have to be able to mentor someone. After you are grilled at that level and you are exposed to that level of training, then you must be able to pass out. And by passing out means you have to be able to impress the panel of professors to let them give you the honor of being able to practice independently at that level. So the American College of Physicians will be the ones who will then grant you that privilege. They can grant it and they can take it away.
So you are now well poised and positioned to do even better here in the Tobago space.
Yes.
As we delve into what some may consider to be a very controversial area, you've returned here as the medical chief of staff, particularly for the Roxborough Hospital, a hospital that we've seen had openings in the past year or two, more than once, and still we're at a point where it's not openly or fully accessible. Give us a sense of where are things at now, since you have taken up the responsibility as medical chief of staff for Roxborough.
So as of January 4th, when we arrived at January 4th, and the team was actually appointed to go into Roxborough and see what is needed and what should be done, we recognized that for the inpatient side of it, the facility more or less had some defects that we had to pull together. And a lot of remedial work had to be done to ensure that it was overall safe and it can deliver what it was meant to deliver. So we're looking at inpatient pharmacy, which had to be put together. We also had to put together the mortuary services, and there are other services that we had to put together, you know, medical records, etc. So now all of that has more or less coalesced itself, because there were a lot of contractual issues. Construction had to be done. There was piping, oxygen supply. All of these things were not there in place, but now they are. So we are at the point where, one, we are going to do what's called a phase opening.
Okay.
All right? April the 1st has been designated as the initial startup date for our specialist outpatient services in the Tobago East. So we are going to begin to start with medicine specialty, OBGYN, general surgery, pediatrics, renal medicine, dialysis. It has a beautiful dialysis unit up there, state of the art. We're going to activate those. The patients have already been selected, those in the Tobago East, and now the Human Resource Department is putting the staffing requirements together. Individuals have been interviewed, etc. So once we have everything rolling out for April the 1st, well, obviously we're going to have some teething difficulties because you're trying to stress a new medical facility.
Yes.
Then by June, we want to go full opening with the emergency room and the inpatient services. Medical imaging is already by June the 1st. That's our target date. We are really pushing. All right. Obviously, with the pandemic, and shipping has delayed because quite a few of bulk equipments had to be brought in, especially the cadaver refrigerators, etc. Those are coming from Canada. We also had to bring in the oxygen concentrator system. Those had to be brought in bulk from Canada, clearing on the port. So there were a lot of logistics, and then you had the formality, which we call looking at the clinical process flow, mapping the patients from entry to care on the floor to exit. So these are all complicated logistics that had to be put in place before we even begin to accept the first patient. But now we are at that point. where we can see the light for April the 1st. A further announcement will be made with respect to having patient care, specialist patient care at Roxborough.
All right, so therefore we can look forward to some kind of, and important that you made that distinction this time around, a phased opening, of the Roxborough Hospital starting from April 1st then on to June. When do you anticipate in terms of projected that we will have a fully operational Roxborough Hospital facility?
We are looking at June the 1st.
June the 1st.
Full operational facility, all right. Civil Aviation have granted the certificates. We have had our fire, our electrical inspectorate, everything, all the complex certifications has already been granted. So we are pushing for June the 1st for full-scale operation, clinical operations.
All right, tell us just very quickly before we wrap this morning's interview. I know the Secretary of Health has spoken directly in relation to a parallel healthcare system, moving away from what we are currently seeing, where we are sharing the space, so to speak, at Scarborough. As the individual responsible for Roxborough, and also based on your background in terms of disease specialists and so on, what are your thoughts? Is that the direction that you are also pushing for in terms of that kind of parallel move as soon as possible?
Well, infectious diseases are here to stay worldwide. And we have seen what this pandemic has brought, where one infectious disease can totally devastate your traditional healthcare system. So having a so-called parallel healthcare system, which will then be able to be activated, escalated, or de-escalated based on the need for the emerging or re-emerging infectious disease, is one in which major countries around the world are looking at and implementing. So we are going in the correct direction.
All right. And your advice to persons at this time where the restrictions are being relaxed, the greater responsibility is being placed on the individual. Your final 30 seconds, your advice to persons and guidance, Dr. Nathaniel Duke.
Remain vigilant, please, because although the requirements are being relaxed, the pandemic worldwide has not been stand down as yet. Because of our, the world still has a very high unvaccinated rate, we can see the reemergence of other strains, breakthrough strains, which can cause a resurge if we begin to be more relaxed in our day-to-day activities.
All right, so you've heard it there, definitely words from Dr. Nathaniel Duke. It's important for us to continue to be vigilant, even in these times. Thank you very much again, Dr. Nathaniel Duke, Medical Chief of Staff of the TRHA, responsible for the Roxborough Hospital, and things to look forward to. The opening, phased opening, starting from April, beginning of April, and then continuing into June. So just about mid-year, we should anticipate and we hope to see the full operationalization of the Roxborough Hospital, and I'm sure that will be warmly welcome news to Rhea Richardson George and everyone else in the eastern side of the island, giving that priority both in Scarborough as well as in Roxborough. Viewers, we want to thank you for your continued love and support, and at this point to remind you as we prepare for the next segment to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Rest easy at American Stores. Up to 20% off. Outstanding discounts on selected Serta, Sealy, and therapeutic mattress brands. Check us out today at American Stores, where we make quality living affordable.
put a smile on your face.
Good morning, viewers. It's
When you're moving from
7:37 a.m. this morning, and this is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. In this segment, viewers, we are chatting with Evangelist Minister Roger Allen. Morning, morning.
Morning, and morning to everybody.
All right, excellent. As we get started this morning, I'm going to give you the opportunity, first things first. Others may be familiar. Who is Roger Allen, Evangelist Minister?
Let's go very quickly. Roger Allen was born in Charlottesville. After Charlottesville, he went to Mariah. From Mariah, there he met the Lord. He got married, went to Glamorgan, lived for a few years, and then I'm now living at Signal Hill. Went to the University of Southern Caribbean, studied theology for a few years, graduated with a master's, with a bachelor's, and I'm just preaching the gospel all over the world.
Beautiful indeed. We're seeing sons of the East. East Tobago stepping out this morning. And yes, viewers, don't worry. You'll see her in the final segment, how she's beaming with joy. Ria there with us. So this morning we are chatting specifically about Time is Running Out, the Evangelist series. Before we go into it even, in greater detail, give us a sense of what would have inspired this move, particularly at this time, these troubled times that we are living in.
Well, we know persons are going through hard times in the world, economically, financially, spiritually. So we have decided, the Tobago Mission has decided to keep crusades and also counseling sessions with persons who are going through. But we believe that presenting Jesus could answer all of people's challenges. Regardless of what you are going through, Jesus could handle those challenges. So throughout Tobago, we are having zonal crusades. I am at Canaan, and there are other speakers all over Tobago. So there is where we are. But we really want to stretch out and help. When the crusade starts, we will have some special days. Some of those days are like from the Wednesday after it starts on the 26th. We are from the Wednesday, we are praying for all those persons who have issues. Then Thursday, we are praying for those students who are going for CSEC. And on Friday, we are praying for those persons from TSTT all over Trinidad and Tobago. Because we know exactly what is going on with TSTT workers. So we are putting segments in place to pray for them.
All right, so the church is reaching you where you are.
Reaching where you are.
All right. Tell us about the period over which this will be taking place, time and so on.
So it is from March the 26th, which is this Saturday, to April the 9th. And we are at Canaan SDA Church, but we also, people outside of Trinidad and Tobago could view online. So Canaan SDA YouTube channel, Mount Pleasant SDA YouTube channel, and Bon Accord YouTube channel.
All right, so what you have is a coming together of some of the churches, within the area in terms of facilitating this crusade. And what time does it take place nightly?
At 7 p.m. nightly and 10 p.m. on Saturdays.
All right, so
10 a.m. on Saturdays.
All right, so that's every day, Sunday to Friday.
Right.
And that is happening at 7 p.m.
Right.
And then on Saturdays, it takes place at 10 a.m.
Correct.
Right. Give us a sense in terms of, I know there's a particular, as you said, grouping of churches represented. Is it that participation is going to be limited only to those from those congregations? Or is it that you are prepared to encourage those who are ready to be converted?
Well, it's open to everybody. But as I said, there are other preachers in other areas. From the east, all to the north, there are preachers in other areas. But we are focused more on Canaan side. So you have Lowlands, Bon Accord, Crum Point, Pigeon Point, Susolands, Bethel, Buku, Camby, Sherwood Park. That's the area that we are
So Adventist colleagues, you're hearing out there. So even if you like the man, Evangelist, Minister Roger Allen, you want to encourage them to go within their respective areas.
Yes.
All right.
Some persons will still log on.
Yes. But at the end of the day, it's about the message. So again, there would be those who are joining in person. You're allowed to attend in person as well as virtual.
Yes.
How are you managing in terms of the numbers?
We are sanitizing the church. We are asking you to keep on your mask. We are taking the records, so just in case anything happens. But we are praying to God, we serve a mighty God. We are praying that everything stays in check. But we are going to follow all the protocols and make sure that everything is in place.
All right, I can only anticipate. You said let's give God thanks when the full reopening happens.
Yes.
In terms of churches vaccinated. So what we want to chat a little bit about, some of the topics that are likely to be covered, particularly in your area, in terms of your outreach efforts.
Well, we have subjects, or topics I should say. We have topics like, and very interesting, drink water and mind your business. So we have that is one. We have...
Isn't that interesting?
It's interesting, but what about if I tell you, let me fix this, protect your future? So we have
so let's go back to drink water
and mind your business.
So tell us a little bit about, what's the hope there? What's the kind of message you're trying to get across?
You don't want me to give, as we normally say, you don't want me to let the cat out of the bag, but it's a nice subject. The society, the world will enjoy it. I preach relevant sermons. I ask God to be relevant, so I preach relevant sermons. All right, there's the next subject. If God put you on hold, don't hang up. There are a lot of persons who believe that God has put them on hold, and they see me, I'm done with this, and just disconnect from God. So I'm here to reassure you that if God put you on hold, don't hang up because there's a blessing. In this sermon, I will tell you, when TSTT put you on hold, you listen to the music. So when God put you on hold, you just want to listen to the music so it will calm your spirit so that when your blessing comes, you will receive it.
Excellent. Tell us very quickly, one of the areas that stands out to me when I saw the flyer, vaccination today.
And live tomorrow.
And live tomorrow. You have some churches that are standing against and not necessarily in support. Does the SDA stand in support?
Yes, well, we are. It's a personal choice for everybody. If you want to get vaccinated, you go and get vaccinated. If you choose not to, you don't. All right, so we are not telling you you have to get vaccinated or you don't have to get vaccinated. It's a personal choice. So everyone need to make that personal choice for themselves.
All right, good. As we look to wrap this morning's interview, remind our viewers again for me, where it's going to be taking place, which social media can they connect with or log on to for those who wish to join in virtual, and the dates and the period over which.
Right, so it's from March the 26th to April the 9th at Canaan SDA Church, Guy Street Extension. And you can find us on, well, we want you to come to the church, but you can find us on Canaan SDA YouTube channel, Mount Pleasant SDA YouTube channel, Bonaccord SDA YouTube channel, and also Mount Pleasant Facebook. But we are asking you to come to the church because there are prizes there for everybody. All right, you come every night, you're going to receive something. There will be one person who would receive something every night.
All right. So you not only come to give thanks and to receive the word for that continued inspiration, but you might also have the benefit and blessing of leaving with something. All right. Anything else to close in the final 30 seconds?
Let me just add this. Now, we are installing prayer box around that zone. What am I saying about the prayer box? One is by Brother Mansom. Everybody would know Brother Mansom. If you have a request, we are asking you to put the request in the box. We don't need to know your name. We don't need to know your number. That's optional if you want to do that. But we are asking you to put your request in the box, and we are going to bring it, and we are going to pray on those requests. So that will start from the first Wednesday night when the crusade begins.
Excellent.
So all your requests, regardless of what you're going through, some people looking for a husband, you're looking for this, you're looking for that, you're looking for a job, you're looking for something, you're looking for investment, you just write it and drop it inside, and we are going to find, I'm seeing persons smiling all over the place.
You must have touched somebody's heart.
Touch somebody's heart. All right. So we are just asking you to just drop your request in the box, and we will pray. You don't have to put your name. That's optional. You don't have to put your number. But we are asking you to do that. So we are going to keep you informed about the areas where we are going to install the rest of those prayer boxes. And then you persons will be blessed.
So whether you're our director, whether you're our producer, whether you're a cameraman,
it doesn't
any part
matter.
Of the team.
I'm just seeing people smiling. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. People are just smiling. We're just praying for you.
All right.
I
see the wide smile on the face of the park.
I am seeing.
Tell me very quickly.
One time we were in a church, and a sister came to me and she said, I want to get married, so I'm looking for a husband. Please, I'm coming to the elders. Please pray for me. And we prayed for that sister. And that was over 20 years now. And she's still married up to today.
Amen.
All right, so ladies who are looking for the husband and men who are looking for the wives outside, drop it on the inside. And
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome, man.
Only on the Tobago Updates morning show. Thank you very much to our Evangelist Minister Roger Allen. And the excitement is there. I'm definitely going to be tuning in. And as we talk Canaan SDA, I have to shout out my family on that end. The Skeets family, a part of the SDA and making their contribution. Uncle Lyndon, Auntie Selma, the entire team out there, morning to each and every one of you. Thank you very much again for joining us here on set. And you seem to have said something that strikes a good chord, because I can see around that corner and I see the smile on Ria's face this morning. All right, viewers, at this point we head over to the next segment and we head to this day in Tobago history with Devon Adana. Devon, you heard our Evangelist Minister on set?
I did.
Excellent. Feel free to drop it into the prayer box, Devon. Proceed.
this day in Tobago history. Did you know that on March 24th, 1879, Tobago's leading attorney and largest estate owner died? According to CaribbeanHistoryArchive.com, 143 years ago today, John McCall, who was also an agent for Phoenix Fire Estate and Life Assurance Company, died and was buried in Tobago. He was also pivotal in the conversion of Tobago to a crown colony. Susan Craig James's book, The Evolution of Society in Tobago, states that McCall, who came with his brother James to Tobago from Ayr, Scotland, in 1843 or 1844, began as an overseer on one of the estates he would subsequently own. However, McCall had not yet established his dominance by the 1860s, as he was the owner of just one property, Irvine Hall, which was not even an estate in 1862. By 1866, however, the Lieutenant Governor of Tobago, Cornelius Courtright, stated that McCall exercised unlimited influence in the Windward district of Tobago. Much of McCall's rise is owed to his business partnership with A.M. Gillespie, which started in the 1860s. By 1869, McCall was part proprietor of Betsy's Hope, Richmond, Glamorgan, and Goldsboro estates. By 1878, a year before his death, he declared that he was owner or attorney of 33 estates in the colony, with hundreds of laborers in his employ. At the time of his death, McCall was still recorded as owner of Little Tobago, as well as Lucy Vale, which was at the time an abandoned estate. The acreage of Little Tobago and Lucy Vale together was 530 acres, but their assessed value was just £10, as they were not operational estates. Resident in Betsy's Hope, John McCall was a large importer of liberated Africans and Barbadian laborers into his Windward estates. In 1877, 131 Bajans arrived in Tobago, and of these, 80 persons were sent to work on Windward estates. 70 were imported onto the Goldsboro, Richmond, and Betsy's Hope estates by McCall. Given the Windward district's chronic labor shortage, McCall and the other estate owners in the area resorted to migrant labor, which is what helped to account for their enhanced ability to control ownership of land. You've been watching This Day in Tobago History. My name is Devon Adana. Lots more after the break, so be sure to share the live.
Viewers, welcome back. Thank you so much there, Devon Adana, for This Day in Tobago History. So viewers, we switch gears a little bit. You know, whenever I'm sitting on the couch, it means we're having a nice couch conversation. So with me this morning are Alana Grant, who is the CEO of Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center. And you've got to say it. Let me say it again. It is the Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center. So we've got the CEO, Alana Grant, along with her this morning, Charlene Jerry, who is the administrator. Viewers, and this morning we are talking about great things coming from the East. Ladies, let's get into this. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning, and thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on the program with us this morning. Now, let's get into the Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center and what it's all about. So let's start with you this morning, CEO Alana Grant. What was the story, or what is the story behind this facility or this establishment?
Well, my mom, it was like 60 years ago. She grew up in the Goodwood area, and my grandfather left her this property in Goodwood.
Right.
And he explained to her that she should never sell this property, that something special will occur there in the near future. And so she did just that. And so I was one of the siblings that was willing to go there and live. We had a nice little house there at first. And so I stayed there in that area, and I fulfilled that promise. We did not sell that property.
Did your siblings wonder if you were going crazy at the time? Gil, why you want this? Gil, move out.
Exactly, they did. But when my mom told me that story, I said to her, I said, Mom, I am going to fulfill that promise, that something special will occur in that area. And so I just did just that.
Is your mom still around?
No, she passed.
Unfortunately.
Yes.
She would have loved to have seen this,
yes,
yeah? All right.
It.
Question, why Goodwood? Why the Goodwood area?
You know, Goodwood is a special area. Before I left for the U.S. 30 years ago, I lived there for a short period of time, and I love the area. I love the people.
Yes.
And so I'm so excited about what is going to be happening there. And, you know, for all those years I was thinking about coming back to retire. That was my plan.
Okay. Now, you know, your colleague here, Charlene Jerry, said you're supposed to be answering most of the questions this morning. So, you know, the question with regards the logo that you're wearing, this beautiful blue and yellow butterfly. And I have to mention here, Julian Skeet made mention of you guys this morning. Oh, good morning to the lovely ladies in blue, in yellow and blue. Now, what is the story behind the logo, the butterfly logo of Swift International and Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center?
Well, as you know, a butterfly goes through many stages. And I have been through all those stages of the butterfly. I'm so happy and elated to know that today we are flying like the butterfly, flying off the Goodwood.
I tell you, no, this is quite interesting. And I want to bring in Miss Jerry here at this point. Miss Jerry, what makes this facility so unique?
Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center is what we call God's place. And because of that, we see that it's unique to Tobago, to the east. It's unique because we want to help our people. We're about helping. We're about wellness. Wellness for all. That's what it's all about. And to the glory of God and the betterment of mankind.
What are some of the areas of wellness that the facility tends to concentrate more on?
Okay, so we have a gym, and what I've done at Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center is we've named the different rooms after special people.
Yeah, tell us about the story behind those names.
Yes, so the gym is named after my husband, now deceased, Brian, and he loved the gym when he was alive. And so I decided that we have a plate on that door, Brian's Place. So we have a gym there. We also have a consultation room where we do body scans, and it's named after my son, Brandy's Place. And they were so, you know, they came together and they sacrificed for this project, and so I thought that would be a great idea. So we also have a massage room named after my mom, Joyce's Place, and she loved to be pampered, and so that's why we named it after that. We have a Morning Star store where we're going to be selling supplements, nuts, and grain. We also have a Back to Eden hygienic restaurant in which we're going to be selling whole food, plant-based. That's the menu. It's going to be whole food, plant-based. Okay, we also have hydrotherapy, and that's named after myself, Ali's Place. I love hydrotherapy. There's so many simple remedies, heat, steam, simple things that you can use for therapy and for healing. And so that's another room that we have. We also have a sauna, where we're going to be providing those services. We also have something called Bema Therapy. Bema Therapy is quite interesting. It's a great technology, and it's there where you lay on a mat for 8 minutes twice a day, and you're able to, if you have circulatory issues, it helps with circulation. So those are some of the services that we have there at Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center.
I'll tell you, you know, all of this is sounding very exciting, but let me ask you here with regards to your background. Is there a background in medicine, in some type of therapy?
Yes, I have done a lot of training. I have worked in the nursing field for the last 20 years. I'm a nest health practitioner. I'm trained to use a body scan. Also, I'm trained in hydrotherapy and also as an integrated health consultant. I'm also a medical missionary, so I'm proud to be that.
So you're bringing all of these skills together into one melting pot.
Yes.
At the Swift International. I've got to keep saying it. Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center. All right. Now, I want to ask you here about the types of packages that you offer. Because I'm thinking, you know, even as you were talking there a while ago, I'm thinking here, yes, Ria, you could use this. This is your thing. So what are some of the packages that you offer?
Okay. So some of our packages we have for anniversary. for your birthday, special packages for graduation, and you know Mother's Day is coming up soon.
Hint,
so
hint.
Yes, so we have like a one day package for Mother's Day. We also have like a stayover, a one-night stayover for Mother's Day, Father's Day, even for a wedding party. Perhaps the wedding party may want to get ready at our lifestyle center, and they can take pictures there as well, because the view is to die for. It's really picturesque. You would love it, right? So those are some of the packages. Also, I want to mention that we have our membership package. We have a membership very special with discounted rates. So we have the Carnation membership, which is for 3 months. Then we have the Daffodil membership, which is for 6 months. And then we have the Rose membership for 1 year. At each stage of membership, you have special discounted rates.
So how can persons become members of either one of the 3 groups?
All they have to do is call us and let us know, and you come and you fill out your form and you become a member. You pay your fee and you become a member.
Wow, membership fee. I'm liking this. This is almost an exclusive club. No, I'm liking this. Now, you made mention here of, you know, the fact that Mother's Day is coming up, birthdays, anniversaries. Are we talking about stayovers?
Yes.
Are we talking 1 day?
Yes, you can have stayover, like for example, for Mother's Day is on a Sunday, right? You can have, you come in, check in the Saturday night, and then you stay over for the Sunday, and you may have like your breakfast, your lunch, you may be pampered with a massage, okay? So and that massage could either be a full body regular massage or a Swedish massage.
And what's the difference?
Well, the difference, the Swedish massage is a little more upscale than the full body regular massage.
Ladies, go for the upscale, go for the Swedish. Okay. All right. Now, let me say to you, ladies, here, I want to congratulate you, particularly well for this initiative one, and for the fact that it's happening in the East.
Yes.
It could have happened in Scarborough.
Yes.
It could have happened in the West or even North, but no.
Yeah.
It's happening in the East. Yes. All right. But this is also for anyone. What sort of advertising have you? Not even advertising. What sort of reviews have you gotten so far? I'm sure, because I know you're on social media.
Yes.
What are persons outside of Tobago saying about this place?
They are so excited. I've gotten calls from the US. I've gotten calls from everywhere. They saw a video and they're excited, and they're calling people right here in Tobago.
Definitely.
Go over to Goodwood. That's the place to be. So we're
definitely.
so excited about that.
Definitely.
Yes,
definitely.
it's an exciting place to be as well, because of the calming spirit that's there. Yes. People just, as they walk in, they just feel that ambience, they feel the difference. You know, as you said, it's the East air, I believe.
It's the East air. Yes, you can't get that anywhere else but in the East. Now, you made mention here, Ms. Grant, of the Bema Therapy. Give us an idea of what this therapy involves.
So Behemoth Therapy is a mat that you're placed on. It uses pulse electromagnetic frequencies to aid in the body's circulation. So you just lay there. It doesn't hurt. You lay there for 8 minutes, twice a day, and persons with circulatory problems will start seeing in minutes a change in their blood flow.
Well, let me ask you here. I mean, of course, this is for anyone, but particularly, I mean, who would it target? I don't know, I don't want to say better, but tell me the type of person or the type of body structure or persons with experiencing what type of symptoms and illnesses can benefit from this.
People with muscle pain, joint pain, those kind of individuals will benefit.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about persons who are overweight and, you know, unable to, I guess, to start the exercise regime? Of course, we all need it. God knows we all need it. But persons who are overweight and wanting to make a step in the right direction, is this a point where they can start?
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Anything that has to do with circulation, it would be excellent for that person. People wanting to lose weight, that's an excellent start to make. Also, we promote also at Swift International Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center New Start program. As you talked about losing weight, I have to take that, I jump in with that. We have this program called the 8 Doctors, which it stands for New Start. It stands for N for nutrition, E for exercise, W for water, S for sunlight, T for temperance, A for air, R for rest, and T for trust in God. So we promote these 8 doctors. As you talked about our weight loss, you got me started there. And so, you know, saying, come on, Tobago, let's lose some weight, let's get healthy. We are there at Majuba Hill to teach people, to re-educate them about health. You know, if you have no health, you have nothing. And so we're saying, come on, if you're doing something and it's not working, let's change your lifestyle, do something different and become well. So that's what we're about. We're about educating also.
Let's talk about the combination of these 8 doctors.
Yes.
You know, not 1 and 2, not 5 of them, but the 8 of them combined, and how they work together to make you a better person. Because a lot of folks concentrate on maybe the eating, but not the exercise, not the rest, not the trust in God.
Right.
So I can do it all, and I'll leave God on the side until I really need Him. And when I don't, you know, when I need Him, I'll just, you know, just pick Him up and then put Him back down when I don't. But let's talk about the combination of the 8 doctors.
The combination is very important. You cannot leave out one or the other. We have to do all together. And New Start is like a temperature gauge. Okay, you're testing, it's like a thermometer. You're testing yourself. Okay, am I getting proper nutrition? Am I doing exercise? Am I getting enough water? Am I getting enough rest? A lot of us are not getting enough rest. And so if you look at this New Start chart and you say, well, you look at it and you say, I am lacking in this, I'm lacking in that. You have to make a choice. This is the choice I want to make in changing my lifestyle, in making a choice and saying, I want to do differently in order to become well. So we promote all of them. You cannot do one without the other. They must be the 8 together.
Can persons see immediate results if they, let's say, the reality of your situation is staring you in the face today, and you decide tomorrow or even next week, I'm going to include these 8 doctors into my life, into my regime. Will they begin to see immediate results?
Absolutely. Studies have shown in a number of days, even in nutrition and changing the way you eat, you can see a change in your lifestyle. And that's the key. The first thing we have to do is make a choice. I am going to decide to be well, and I'm going to decide in all these 8 doctors that I will make a change, and you will see results in a number of days.
In a number of days.
Yes, definitely.
How can persons contact you?
We can be reached. We are located at 12 Majuba Trace, Goodwood, Tobago. And our telephone number is 868-635-1923. Also, 49-SWIFT. You can reach us on WhatsApp at 49-SWIFT again, 497-9438. Our business hours are from Monday to Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. On Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Yes.
And and I'm asking here, do you do Friday night into Saturdays at the Lifestyle Center?
Yes, we do, but you must check in before sunset.
Okay.
Right? You check in early, and we take you for the weekend. Okay?
Yes. Okay. I also need to mention we have spaces for conferences, retreats.
Yes.
We have approximately 12 beds available there also for stayover. So Tobago, come on and join us.
But let me tell you, I'm sure your phone is probably ringing at this point. It's probably, I'm sure we're hearing a buzz, you know, the vibration of a cell phone somewhere around. I'm sure after this interview today that you're going to be getting some phone calls, because I tell you, I'm thinking, Mommy, I need to take you there, okay? So I'm just letting you know, Mommy, yeah, we'll be going there. Definitely,
yes.
Right?
I just wanted to include as well, coming up soon in April, on the 27th of April, we have a special lecture, and it's called I'm Angry, So What? Come and join us, because we are here, as Mrs. Grant said, to educate, yes. And this is also part of our vision, to educate our people.
Yes. Definitely. Yes. A lot of people out there are angry. We've lost a lot of loved ones, and we're asking God why, how come, what happened there. So, I mean, there's been a lot happening over the last years for us to be angry. So we need to be able to move beyond it. So this is a definite. Will it also be online?
Yes.
So there's opportunity. If you can't come in person,
absolutely.
Yes, definitely. And this is on the 27th of April, 2022 at 6 p.m. We'll be serving dinner as well.
All right.
Right? But there's a small fee attached. So you come and join us. You have dinner first because we are promoting health. We're not promoting eating after sunset.
Thank you. Yes. So they're going to feed us and then they're going to educate us.
Yes,
we will learn better. We will retain once we reach.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ladies, thank you so much for being with us this
You're
morning.
welcome.
Before we wrap up
Thank
with
you
you,
for
is there
having us.
anything else that you'd like to share with us?
Yes, I want to encourage my fellow Tobagonians. I really want us to be well. God gave me a vision of wellness for all. We need to be well. So I just want you to make up in your mind, make a choice that I want to be well. I want to follow the 8 doctors of health, and you'll be on your way to wellness.
Definitely. Yeah. And viewers, again, it's happening in the East, in Goodwood East. And just a reminder here, it's not just the Swift International Lifestyle Center. No, it is the Swift International Majuba Hill. Majuba Hill is quite important in the scheme of things, in the whole name, Majuba Hill Lifestyle Center. So thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Our pleasure indeed. Viewers, well, we have got a lot more coming up on the program this morning. So remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Drop down there with a lot of pretty girls down there, down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Rhea, I think they're seeing the beauty of the shirt now.
They are, I think, yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, we are getting it live and direct.
Definitely, folks. We took a different set, a different spot, so that you'd get the blend of the shirt, courtesy Checkpoint. And that's Checkpoint, located at Upper Main Street in Scarborough, 639-5148. And I've got a picture that I would like them to bring up, Rhea. This young lady has been part of the team at Checkpoint. Amazing, amazing. Shanice Myers, we want to wish you a happy, happy birthday. She's celebrating her birthday today. And they whispered it to me very nicely in the store when I came earlier in the week. So we want to send out birthday blessings and greetings going out there to Shanice Myers. And we trust that you have an enjoyable day. Courtesy, and this greeting is coming to you from the Tobago Updates family and your entire team up there at Checkpoint.
Definitely. You know, Julian, while we were wrapping up that last interview there, I wanted to make mention very quickly here so that they also offer, you know, maybe bridal, a lot of bridal stuff. They cater to weddings as well. And one of the ladies, Ms. Grant, the CEO, made mention of the fact that, you know, they can have the bridal party can dress there, and, you know, they can have a nice relaxed environment. And, you know, I think that's a nice way to start your wedding day. So I thought I'd mention it to you because I know that you've got a lot of things coming up in the future. And I'm just saying here, this could be your place. You know, bride can get dressed there, the groom and the groomsmen can get dressed there. So I thought you should have this
Climb up higher.
Yeah, you should have this. You should definitely have
this.
Just in
case I missed it.
Just in case you missed it, they cater to weddings. So Julian and Laverne can dress there.
Beautiful.
And baby showers, Julian.
Notice how Rhea has paused for effect. She used my own trick on me, right?
All right, so
we have an exciting time ahead tomorrow.
Before we get to that, very quickly here, we've got to remind our viewers that today is the funeral service of our good friend Sherwin Cunningham. Yes, so again, we extend condolences to the family and the friends, and love and peace and support, and God's backing with you guys. We can't begin to imagine what you're going through, but know that our hearts and our love, you know, is with you wherever you are there. Yeah.
Certainly a challenge on any front. Rhea, we are inviting the viewers tomorrow.
Yep.
Where we have a historic kind of show tomorrow, Rhea.
We certainly do. Viewers, we are going out too. I see Candace in the background. Candace is super excited. Look, she's sitting like this, viewers. She's like this. Okay, so we are going out to the Nylon Pool tomorrow. I tell you, Tobago updates.
Yes. Rhea, and my information is that we are venturing where no other has ventured before. We are venturing where no other has ventured before. So important is that we'd like you to continue to pray for us, most definitely. All right? As we head out tomorrow, Friday's show, Rhea, it's excitement and energy. Well, I have to bring out the shorts, Rhea.
Definitely.
We had to bring out the shorts and ting.
I heard you say we.
We had to bring out the shorts and ting.
I heard you say
all
we.
Right, seeking
you and Candace.
One time there from, husband there, Oswald George. You'll have that discussion a little later on this evening. Morning.
To what, Anton, what? Now very quickly here.
So we invite you and sure you've got to be tuned in. First thing tomorrow, we are doing a historic show. We got a lot in store for you. I know this is going to be exciting. Maria, we are excited.
I am. But I tell you, viewers, pray for Candace particularly. You know, Candace usually falls off of something out there in the water. So we don't want Candace falling off of anything.
From there, Rhea. Aliyah and Dwayne. You toast Aliyah and Dwayne. Bring the ladder, please. You toast Janae. Bring that ladder for Rhea, please.
No, I don't know if they mentioned it yesterday on the program. But on Tuesday, I met a lovely lady in Scarborough. She hails from Roxborough. Her name is Khadijah Sterling. Tuesday was Khadijah Sterling's birthday. And what I saw happening in Scarborough, Julian, really blessed my heart. Usually for your birthday, you sit back and relax and you wait to have things done to you and for you. But Khadijah Sterling decided this year to do things a little differently. So what she did was to gather friends and family, and they cooked and she packaged items in a nice little box, eats and drinks, and went through Scarborough giving out to homeless and less unfortunate persons. Now when I saw this, I said, oh, hold up, do you do this every morning? No, today's my birthday. And I said, no, I have got to make mention of this. So Khadijah Sterling, happy belated good birthday going out to you. And this was a God idea, okay? You didn't wait to get, but you decided this year to give, and there is a blessing in that. Don't just sit back and wait. Hey, tomorrow is my birthday, where you buying? No, honey. You decided to give, and I want to commend you for that this morning. So blessings.
Commendations.
There she is.
Commendations.
Yeah, notice the blue hair and everything.
Yes. Definitely an opportunity to give back.
Definitely.
It's so important. I agree fully with Lyndon Lashley there on the live. If we're in love, Rhea, when she putting you in place. All right. We want to thank all of you. We see here Yarrell Phillips, Lyndon Lashley, Rhea Francis, Joan Richardson on the live with us this morning. Kitty Melville, Cindy Taylor. Thank each and every one of you for the love and support. Latoya Anderson, where are you? Latoya Anderson, somebody tell her, sending out an SOS. Morning, Lisa J.
We haven't heard from her in a while.
Dee Vincent, good morning to each and every one of you for continuing to join us and continuing to share the love and support. Tomorrow is a big day by the good graces of the Almighty God. Tomorrow is a big day. We are heading out to Nylon Pool, and the success of tomorrow's show can only happen with you, the viewers, that continue. As I always make the point, if we are number one, it is strictly because of you,
That's right.
our viewers, making the difference. You're getting a little sneak peek. Things going to happen on that deck tomorrow, man. It's a big deal.
Viewers, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
It's a big wave.
He's on his own.
Small talk.
He's on his own. He's on his own.
It's a big wave. It's a big wave.
I'm going to leave it there for today.
I'm seeing somebody else in studio saying trouble. We're looking forward to tomorrow. We're all excited, viewers, and we look forward to you joining us on set in the morning. I know Candace can't restrict herself to studio at all.
I'm telling you.
She's rushing down after Good Morning Tobago.
We are going to meet Candace down there. Viewers, it's Candace.
All right, so we're really looking forward to that. Thank you all for the support, Rhea.
Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us today. We had a really great time in your company. Remember to stay
fun.
safe. Definitely sometimes a little too much. You know. So stay safe. Remember to wear your mask, sanitize, and socially distance. We'll see you tomorrow.
It should really look nice. It should really look nice.
It does.
Morning. Bye-bye.
Good morning. Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. morning, morning, good morning.